Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rooted Coop channel. We are going to do something a little different today. I told y'all the last time on that coconut soap that we was going to redo it, and I've got me a helper in studio today. My husband's going to be helping us today, and he is going to be using the stick blender, and I'm going to be using the whisk. And we're going to show y'all. We're going to show y'all how you can do this with either method. We've got everything, I believe, ready to go. And so let's get started. He is not normally one of my soap makers. He just helps where he needs to help at. So this will kind of show just how easy this is to do. Got everything all gathered. I've got his oils is about 75 and the lye water for him is about 75. And I've got my coconut oil heated up. And my lye water is hot. So we are going to get this started and see what kind of fun we can get into. So we both have 8 ounces of coconut oil in our containers, and then I'm going to pour in the lye water solution. And then I'm going to start whisking because he is going to have the advantage. And I decided that I was going to add some colorant to this and some fragrance to it. So I've got a little bit of mica that I've just added a little bit of water to. So I'm going to go and dump that in there now so I can be whisking it in. Go ahead and add your fragrance when you're ready.
Trying out a campfire marshmallow with this one.
I'm still just whisking. Okay, looks good. How long has it been since you've made soap?
About a year, roughly. So on this one, it's been a while, so about how long should it take to get trace?
Whenever you're ready to pour it, it's ready.
Oh.
It's just a thin trace. If you want to give it just a second, let it sit for just a minute.
I was gonna stick blend it into oblivion.
Yeah, you can use your spatula and stir it in. This should be about ready to pour up. Get twist off. You ready?
I think we're gonna test my pouring skills. We'll see how that works out. So far, so good. Wow, spoke too soon. Right, I somewhat cleaned up my mess.
Looks good. No spritz with alcohol. It's up here in this cabinet. Well, was that fun?
It was fun. I can still do it. Where are you at?
I'm still whisking.
Whisking. All right.
It'll get there. It just takes a little bit longer. Sometimes letting it sit for a few minutes helps. And what scent did you use?
Campfire marshmallow. It smells like s'mores in here without the chocolate.
I need to add more color. So what are you going to do the rest of the day? You just going to go get the kids?
Yeah, and we got speaking of s'mores, we've got a campfire to build.
Yeah.
We're making s'mores tonight.
Yeah, you better go get the campfire ready. I don't know if I like this green or not.
Well, it may fit your scent though. What'd you choose? The Nordic
Nights. It kind of smells like a spruce tree, and this color is spruce, so they kind of match up. But don't know if I just don't have enough of it in there. That smells like a. It smells like a campground. Got your marshmallows over there, and then I've got the spruce trees.
But the whisk is a very good way to do this without having to go buy a lot of equipment.
Well, that's I know whenever I wanted to start making soap, because our daughter had asked us to make soap. That's how it all started. And I really didn't want to go buy all the stuff if I wasn't going to do it, because I figured it would be a one and done thing.
Well, and at the time we did not have a stick blender, so
I didn't have one I wanted to use for soap. But this would be a way to just see if you even like fooling with it. And you can use a cardboard box or like a orange juice box or a yogurt cup or a thick heavy paper cup. So there's other things that you can use for molds besides having to go buy molds too.
So I think we may have to get another battery. We may have to do a mid
Oh, I have to
battery
change
swap.
batteries. Well, if mine would hurry up and finish, we wouldn't have to change batteries.
So I remember some of our first molds was shoe boxes,
Amazon boxes.
Amazon boxes, canned vegetable flats. We was using anything and everything. They wasn't the prettiest in the world, but they sure did work.
Well, on the soap bars, when we would cut them, we didn't have the cutters or anything like that, so we was just using a knife.
And we determined that neither one of us can cut straight.
Yeah, I can't cut straight. You was better than I was, but they was kind of chunks of soap.
Yeah, they was more wedges than anything else. Do you believe that's been 3 years ago? Well,
No,
this coming Christmas,
almost 4.
almost 4.
Well, but no, I started the soap before we started Rooted Coop, though. So it's already been 4 years, because I'd made the soap and then didn't really plan to do anything about it. Just figured it would be something, a one and done thing. And then I kept coming back and making another batch, and because I wanted to make pretty soap. I don't think this is going to be very pretty.
Well, that green keeps turning.
Yeah, it's turning brown.
Turning brown. I don't know what's going on there.
Add something different to it. We'll get something to turn out. See what blue does.
Maybe it's a blue spruce.
Maybe. Are you glad I gave you the stick blender?
I'm very glad that I got the stick blender. It looks like yours is thickening up though.
Yeah, it is. And I think I would probably be okay to pour it, but I'm planning to thicken it up, let it thicken. I probably just need to walk away from it for a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna let it sit for a minute while we change out camera batteries. So, alright, we will be right back. Alright, got that battery changed out. I just let this sit for a minute, and it has went ahead and thickened up a little bit, but I'm going to continue to whisk on it. But something that I had figured out on that last batch too is just let it sit for a minute, stir it up. Right now it is at trace. I want it a little thicker just so I know that it's at a really good trace. And so I'm just going to continue whisking to let it finish thickening up. I want y'all to be able to see it completely come together. So I'm going to keep working on that. You fixing to go get a campfire built?
I'm gonna go get a campfire built. The kids are wanting those s'mores, so it's been a really good challenge. I think I won, but I don't as far as time goes. But we'll see. We'll see what the bars look like.
We'll see.
And I think this challenge was mainly just to show you side by side what the two methods were, and that yes, the stick blender is going to be faster, but a whisk will work just as well. I mean, they didn't have stick blenders 60, 70 years ago when they was making soap like this, so it's just a good way to show you that it can be done.
Well, and you can work your recipe, because with this being 100% coconut, it's going to be a whole lot easier. There's some that, yeah, you could do it with a whisk, but you're going to be here a while, especially if you don't add heat or anything else to it. Heat will speed it up and make it come to trace faster, but then that's a whole nother advanced level of soap making too. But it can be done.
Well, it's definitely been fun, and well, maybe I won't be such a stranger next time.
Right, see you at the campfire. Alright, I'm just gonna keep a whisking. Let me see. Yeah. I'm gonna let that sit there for just a minute. I don't know, this may kind of look swampy. This looks like swamp water, but let's see. Maybe tomorrow it'll be a beautiful green. We can only hope. But yeah, we went down on our batch sizes. Instead of doing the full 16 ounces of coconut, decided to just do little half batches and do the 8 ounces. And we're just kind of doing it for funsies, for playing around, because I told y'all I would make a remake of the video. And then I thought, you know what? He is off for Thanksgiving break, so he can come out here and help me out a little bit, which, as you can tell, as much as I'm still whisking on this and the back and forth, I could have done both, but I thought it would be fun to kind of let y'all see side by side how it goes with the stick blender versus the whisk. They're both going to come out and be, because again, they're the exact same recipe. I did add maca to my batch, but we both went ahead and chose a fragrance. And they're both going to be wonderful bars. I want to try something else though. I'm going to take and I'm going to pour one of these right now, and then I will let that sit and see how it sets up and behaves. Okay, so we're going to pour this one at this consistency that we're at right now. As you can see, it's got a light trace, but we're going to go ahead and pour it up. And that way we can show kind of the difference too of what happens if we pour up. I'll have to label that here in a minute. Be very careful doing this though, because it can splash and splatter. It seems like it wants to splash more than the stick blender. So be very cautious with this so you don't throw any of the pieces of the soap batter on yourself. I can't even see what I'm doing. I'm over there just whisking away on the side. Let it sit for a little bit. Let it sit and see what it does. So have y'all tested out these recipes yet for the coconut soap or even the Castile soap? Let me know if you have or how they worked out. If y'all are having questions about recipes, I need to do a video about how to use the soap calculator so you can calculate your recipes. I find that if you just get on there and kind of start working it a little bit, then you can figure out what kind of a soap bar that you're looking for, and then you can make as big or as little of a batch as you need. Can you see the difference now? The way that has thickened up. And there's no like technique on how to whisk it. I'm just stirring and whisking. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You see it leaving the trails. I don't know, you may not be able to see the way the light and stuff is. There, you should be able to see. All right, I'll tell you what, let's do another pour. So we'll do here in the middle. Can you see the difference now, how that's just not even wanting to come out of there? Okay, we are done, because this is going to just continue to thicken up. So let's just go ahead and we'll get this scraped out. So that's definitely a big difference between that first pour that I done there, and it kind of just thickened up all at once. Get to scoop it in here now. But I did that all with just a stick blender. Or I'm sorry, not the stick blender. I did all of that with the whisk and not the stick blender. That's what I was trying to say. And this shows you right here that it is doable. Probably should pour it a little bit faster than what I did. But as you can see, that made thick soap. Now see if I can clean up my mess. I don't know, this green may come back and be beautiful. It was pretty scary there for a bit. again, these are just some bars for us, so I'm not that concerned with what they look like. We usually end up using the end pieces or the scrap pieces or the ones that didn't turn out the best anyways. Because there's always, it seems like there's one that the top's not as pretty or something silly like that. That'll be one that's my excuse to keep it, to take it to use. Okay, and I don't know how those are going to sit in the mold. But, so these three whipped up really thick. This one poured up, then it's already setting up around the edges. So, alright guys, we've got these. We're going to let them hang out probably overnight, since we're fixing to go do a cookout with the kids. So I'll probably just let these hang out overnight, and then we'll get them unmolded in the morning and see what they look like, and we will finish this up. Y'all have a great day. See you later. Bye. Okay, we are back to unmold these. Let's see how they turned out. Again, this is the one that was done with the stick blender, and they turned out fabulous. That fragrance really discolored these, because remember, he didn't add any colorant to the bars that he made. That fragrance will really act it up in this one. But there are the bars done with just the stick blender, and remember, he added the fragrance to it. Here are the bars that was done entirely with the whisk. This is the one that I poured a little bit earlier. And you can see that it's set up. And then these are the ones that I waited till it was a little bit thicker. And a little bit of leftover there. Okay, so here we have our coconut soap done two different ways. And you can see that they both turned out as good solid bars. And again, this was the one that was poured a little early. It's super cold out here, so there's a little bit of frosting and stuff going on that I think will settle as the soap finishes curing. But there we have it. That's what they look like. I hope y'all enjoyed this challenge. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do some more fun stuff like this in the future. Hope y'all have a great day. Thanks. Bye, y'all.